Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for coming today. My name is Chanaporn Tohsuwanwanich, or you can call me New. I'm a third year undergraduate student in geography major, minors in urban and regional studies, and geographic information system and technologies. Today, I'm proudly presenting my honor thesis titled Leaving No One Behind, Shifting Vulnerabilities of Participants in Mankong program in Bangkok, Thailand. Firstly, before I go into my research, I want to talk about what is Baan Mankong. Baan Mankong is a slum redevelopment program in Bangkok, Thailand, aiming to improve conditions of informal settlements through cooperative development and community saving programs. And there are many stakeholders who are involved in this project, including Community Organization Development Institute, or called CODI, a quasi-government agency that receives the government funding and executes the know-how of this project. The community members who help define the needs and organize saving groups to support the community financially. The landowner, which in this case is the Treasury Department, the community is now renting the land for the 30-year period to settle and supply their housing. And the Cooperative Promotion Department regulates every saving group, not as in Thai Sahagorn, in every Sahagorn in Thailand. So because they right now live illegally on the land, they need to rent out the land and they need to contact with the landowner. And the key elements of this program are the community saving group, which establishes the community financial stability and allows the member to save up for their new housing construction. They also have the collective ownership, which requires everyone to pay for the land and they collectively own the land, which kind of solves a lot of problem in the slum redevelopment that used to have in the world right now. And there's the combination of top-down and bottom-up decision making along with horizontal support from the community network. There are two primary forms of financial support from CODI and the subsidies for shared infrastructure within the community and low-interest housing loans. Many scholars have praised Baan Mankong as one of the most innovative policies, and STARS also suggested that Baan Mankong's extensive participatory design process has yielded the most habitable developments in the world right now, as he compared with other case studies. However, there are some case studies that have been addressed the struggles within the participants of Baan Mankong. So I established my research question that how does Baan Mankong program shape participants' experiences in slum redevelopment? However, there's still some gap in the literature that they haven't considered the background of the informants yet. So then I would like to take this advantage to understand the Baan Mankong more extensively and comprehensively. My methodology, I went back to the fieldwork in Bangkok, Thailand last summer, and I conducted 25 interviews of the community members with 2 CODI staff and 1 cooperative promotion officers. I conducted interview structured, semi-structured, and sometimes unstructured interviews, all face-to-face and phone calls. I also visited the field site, so I conducted fieldwork observation, including communities' physical characteristics, detail the housing parcels, community environment, and residents' behaviors when I talk to them, and also when they interact with each other. I was so lucky enough to join their community-wide general meetings and also the community leaders meeting as well. I knocked door to door and collected the household characteristics data collection, which including the numbers of people in the household, ages, job, gender, housing size, and monthly loan payment to understand more of the background of the homeowners and of the informants. I conducted the fieldwork around the area called Sapan Mai, which is the canal-based commercials that used to brought in foot traffic, and because of the boat, they transformed the temporary boat parking into the permanent settlement in the canal. So as you see, the picture in the bottom is the original housing that they used to have, but they used to have the houses on the canal as well from both sides. So it take up more than half of the canal waterway. So from my interviews and all the fieldwork observation, I realized that there are a lot of positive reflections as well. As people said, it improved the housing quality. Informants said that the housing are better and more secure, and it seems to be more stable and seems to be much more organized from the housing rearrangement and the community planning. They also improved the community landscapes, as one of the informants also suggested that after constructing new houses, the landscape was much better. and the living standard was also better. It looks aesthetically beautiful and organized. So you can see in the picture that there are some spaces with trees that they can walk around, also the community gathering spaces. It also increased the accessibility to the community because it's used to have the dense housing and inaccessible path that they couldn't receive the support during the major flooding events back then. So the rearrangement of the community planning, mapping helps a lot for people to access the community more easily. However, not all the people experience only the positive side, but there's also some shift of the vulnerabilities of the participant as well. Firstly, not all can participate because of the financial requirements of the program, that they need to have stable jobs. That it restricts the elderly and people with disabilities to afford to acquire the housing loans. So then the community suggested the solution called Baan, which allow the people to community to build the houses for people who cannot afford, and they can stay for free, and it's going to be owned by the community. However, this solution is not from Coady, but is from the community. So that I argue that Coady kind of ignored this fact that there's some gap in the policy that doesn't make everyone be able to participate. Also, is not all individuals that agree to join in the beginning. As one of the informants said, I did not want to join the program initially, but in the end, I participated since all the neighbors already agreed to join the project. So it suggests that there's some kind of community pressure as well. And because not all are ready to join the program, they face more struggles with when they need to pay for the housing loans or something like that. Because of the formalization of the land, it increased the tenureship security for people who joined the program, but it made non-participants from the original residents face extreme vulnerabilities to legal actions, to forced to be pushed out from the community. And a lot of people who don't join the program just because they don't have the financial stability, they also face extreme legal actions, and because they cannot afford to pay the houses, they also cannot afford to move. So it's kind of the struggles that they have been dealing with. And one of the most common vulnerability is the financial burden, as building new houses is not a necessity for people as they already have the shelter, but it becomes more luxurious spending to build new quality houses that not all the people can afford. As one of the informants also suggested, that the program makes people poorer. COVID-19 worsens everything, and people must pay for their housing. Many cannot work, so the housing loans aggravated their burdens. From all the interviews and field observation, I realized that while many informants are satisfied with the improvement of their houses and community environment, many experience more struggles to financial burdens, legal vulnerabilities, or sometimes extremely left out from the consideration to join a program due to the existing policy design. Not all the inhabitants share the same conditions and traits, resulting in a wide spectrum of experiences. Baan design does not address the socioeconomic diversity among the low-income informal settlers with different income levels, job stability status, or number of people dependent on the household. The lack of flexibility in individual housing design and monthly payment plans make many participants more financially vulnerable. Considering these challenges, in Bangkok implementation would enhance the experience for each household to enjoy quality houses while affording houses that match their desires according to their pre-existing conditions. In that case, Bangkok could expand its support to satisfy participants more extensively, improve quality of life, and enable social mobility for previously informal dwellers. This project is funded by Undergraduate Research Scholar Program, and thank you, my advisor, Dr. Liba Ferrer, for all the support and suggestions for my project. Thank you, Dr. Paul Mankong, who introduced me to this program initially through his class and significantly providing the resource for my research. Thank you, Dr. Hayden Shelby and her assistant, Pimara Rodgun, who helps providing the resource and connect me with the people. Thank you all the Coady staff and all the community members who share their opinions and information that's significantly contributing to this project. And thank you all the anonymous reviewers who share their advice and suggestions to develop this project. And this is my works cited pitch. Thank you so much for coming and listen today. Thank you.